is Wes. Today, I wanted to do some talking and rambling. My last video, I did not really talk all that much. I talked in the beginning, in the end, and that was about it. And I did some thinking, and if I want to get good at ASMR, I have to practice talking. I have to practice talking. as soon as I get into football, I'm going to lose all that weight because my metabolism is somewhat high. And that's to thank for my mom because she is very, very skinny. She is probably the only skinny person in the family. Everyone else is more on the bigger side. I'm trying to say that without trying to sound rude or disrespectful, but it's true. But I got her metabolism from her. I got my metabolism from her, sorry. And I know by the end of this football season, I'm going to be very lean. Or not very lean, more like somewhat lean. Which is going to help me a lot in basketball. In basketball, I play I forgot what it was called, shooting guard. I like football a lot more than basketball. I watch football a lot more than basketball. You know, I watch the NFL. Go 49ers. One thing, believe it or not, even though I am only 5'11", I am one of the taller kids on my team. Everyone is pretty short. Which, you know, they put me at shooting guard for that reason. I am okay at shooting. If you know anything about basketball and stereotypes, it's that white people are very good at shooting, and believe it or not, I am white. But yeah, I love playing sports. I love playing sports, and I wish I got to play them more. But if you know, 2020 was the year that I was in, I want to say, like 7th grade. And where I went to school at 7th grade was when he started playing a lot of sports. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I was not able to play the sports that I wanted. And I had to start a little later than most people who played sports at the time. But that doesn't matter because it's all about practice, 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 practice. All about practice. One sport that I played for most of my life was soccer. I grew up in a small town, and soccer was very, very, very popular. So I played a lot of soccer as a kid. I wouldn't say it's my best sport, even though that's probably the sport I played the most as a kid. I wouldn't say it's my best sport. I would probably say basketball is my best sport, but football is my favorite. And soccer, I play mainly center midfielder. And if you know anything about soccer, it's that if you're on the center midfielder, you do a lot of running. They do probably the most running out of, everyone on the team. Defensive players probably do the least amount of running, but that doesn't mean they are bad at the sport or anything, because defensive players are probably one of the most important roles on the team. Well, everyone on the team is important, but having a good defense is very, very important if you want to win. Anyways, that is enough talking about sports. I have been talking about them for most of this video now, and I want to move on to the next topic, which is how there's a surprising amount of furries in this game, which there was also furry worlds, and I started joining these worlds just to mess around and mess with people. I know, I'm not the nicest person in the world, but I would join these worlds to mess with these people. And I started joining them a lot and a lot more. And eventually, I said, you know what? I kind of like the furries. I kind of like them. And I created my first persona. But as of now, I don't use this persona anymore, and I just say that I do not have one, because, to be honest, it was kind of ass. It was a gray wolf with 2 different colored eyes, and that was kind of it. I do not really like it now, but back then, I loved this wolf that I made, and I would... Okay, for some context, in the Rec Room, you can create costumes, and these costumes, you can make furry costumes. And I made one myself, and I don't think I ever named him. I think it was just a gray wolf. But I would go into these furry rooms with this costume on and hang out in VR. And this was during quarantine as well, so it was really the only thing I could do. And looking back at it now, no offense if you like to do this, but looking back at it now, it was kind of cringe. It was kind of cringe. But no offense if you enjoy playing in VR chat or any of these VR games, and you have a furry costume in them. I have no offense. Hopefully no offense taken. And to be honest, after I became a furry, I probably did a very bad thing, and that was download Discord. Don't get me wrong, I think Discord is an amazing app, but for a middle schooler at the time, Discord is not for people who are that young. But yeah, I started talking to more furries, and I became more and more of a furry. But then, after about 2022, I kind of stopped interacting with the fandom. And until about a few months ago, I started interacting with them again. And I started listening to furry ASMR. I started listening to ASMR a lot longer. I started listening to ASMR like about 2021. That's when I started watching it consistently. And I didn't really discover furry ASMR until, about a few months ago. And I kind of fell in love with it. And I wanted to make my own channel of furry ASMR, which you might ask, how is this furry ASMR? Because I don't have a fursuit, or I do not have a custom avatar model in VR chat or something. I just record off my phone, and I call it furry ASMR. But very soon, I kind of want to invest in getting a Blue Yeti microphone so I can do ASMR